Emma rushed down Manhattan General Hospital's rain-slicked steps, clutching her umbrella as the October downpour intensified. Her scrubs hidden beneath her worn trench coat, she frantically tapped her phone, ordering an Uber while checking texts about her impending eviction. At 28, with mounting student debt and potentially homeless, not the New York dream she'd envisioned leaving small-town Ohio 5 years ago. A sleek black Tesla pulled up. Emma glanced at her phone. Her ride was still 3 minutes away, a blue Corolla. Yet here was a luxury car stopping directly in front of her. "Getting soaked out there?" a deep voice called from inside. Emma hesitated. "I'm waiting for my Uber." "Black Tesla, right?" he asked. "Bennett, right?" the man asked, leaning toward the window. That settled it. He knew her name. Technology glitches happened. Emma hurried into the car, bringing spray with her. "Sorry about the water," she apologized. "Don't worry about it," the driver replied. He wore a tailored charcoal suit, excessive for an Uber driver, but this was Manhattan. He had a strong profile, jaw carved from marble, dark hair with silver at the temples, eyes like a thunderstorm. Late 30s, with confidence from experience rather than arrogance. "Long day?" he asked, pulling away. "The longest," Emma sighed. 12-hour shift, and I just found out my roommate and I are being evicted. Our building's converting to luxury condos. Tough break. Where to? Emma realized she hadn't confirmed. 85 Barrow Street, West Village. He nodded, taking an unexpected turn. Shortcut. Traffic's horrible because of the rain. Do you mind if I close my eyes for a minute? Go ahead. Exhaustion pulled her under almost immediately. Emma startled awake when the car stopped. She blinked, disoriented. They were parked before a towering glass building she didn't recognize. "This isn't my address, sir," he said, alarm creeping in. The driver turned with an amused expression. "No, it's mine. Bennett Tower." Cold realization washed over Emma. "You're not my Uber driver." "No," he confirmed with a slight smile. "I'm Nathan Bennett. I believe you confused me with your ride." "Bennett Tower, as in Bennett Enterprises? You're that Bennett?" The billionaire tech mogul whose company revolutionized medical software, including the one making her life hell for 3 months. "Guilty as charged," Nathan replied. "And you are?" "Mortified," Emma groaned. "I'm Emma Clarke. I thought when you said Bennett, I thought you worked for me," he explained. "I was expecting Sarah Bennett, one of my executives. Same pickup location, same time." "Oh, God." Emma reached for the door. "I'm so sorry." "Wait," Nathan said. "You mentioned being evicted. You're a nurse at Manhattan General?" Emma nodded wearily. "Where we just launched your nightmare software that has nurses working overtime." To her surprise, Nathan laughed. "Honest feedback. Refreshing." Emma's phone buzzed. Her actual Uber waited 10 minutes. Ride canceled. $5 fee charged. "Great," she muttered. Nathan studied her. "I have a proposition. I'll call you a car service. You send me a detailed list of everything wrong with my system, and if it's as insightful as I suspect, I offer you a consulting position to help improve the software." "You're offering me a job because I accidentally got into your car?" "I'm offering you a potential opportunity because you might have valuable insights my team is missing." The rear door opened and a woman in a business suit peered in. "Mr. Bennett, I've been waiting in the lobby." "Sarah Bennett," Nathan said. "I apologize. There was a mix-up." He turned back to Emma. "Think about it. Here's my card." As Emma waited under the awning for her ride, she stared at the business card, wondering if this Saint range encounter was opportunity or just another New York oddity. Either way, she slipped the card into her pocket rather than the trash. The following morning, Emma answered an unknown number. "Miss Clarke, this is Claire Dawson, Mr. Bennett's executive assistant." Mr. Bennett was hoping you might be available for a meeting today at 11 o'clock a.m. 3 hours later, dressed in her roommate's blazer, Emma ascended to the 47th floor of Bennett Tower. Nathan greeted her in a conference room with floor-to-ceiling windows. "I'm guessing you think I'm crazy," he said. "The thought crossed my mind," Emma admitted. For the next hour, Emma walked him through the daily frustrations: excessive clicking, unintuitive workflow, redundant safety checks creating workarounds that potentially created new risks. Nathan listened intently. "This is invaluable. I want to offer you a consulting position working directly with our developers. 20 hours a week, flexible scheduling around your hospital shifts." He named a salary figure that made Emma nearly choke. Plus, full benefits. He hesitated. "There's something else. I own several properties, including a building in Chelsea with a vacancy, staff housing, 1 bedroom available at a significant discount. Are you offering me a job and an apartment less than 24 hours after meeting me? Perhaps impulsive, but practical. You need housing immediately. I need your insights also immediately. The apartment offer stands whether you take the job or not." "Why would you offer me an apartment regardless?" Nathan's expression shifted, something vulnerable briefly visible. "Let's just say I know what it's like to face housing insecurity. Different circumstances, but the same uncertainty." A striking woman entered. "Sorry, I didn't realize you were in a meeting." "No problem," Nathan replied. "Victoria, this is Emma Clarke, providing invaluable feedback on patient care. Emma, this is Victoria Hayes, our VP of Product Development." "The nurse from the car mix-up?" Victoria asked, eyebrows rising. "Ethan mentioned your encounter. Quite the coincidence. Bien basé. Miss Clarke has highlighted critical issues. I've offered her a consulting position." Victoria's smile didn't quite reach her eyes. "How fortuitous. Nathan rarely makes impulsive decisions, so you must have made quite an impression." There was a question in her statement, perhaps even a warning. 3 weeks later, Emma stood in her new Chelsea apartment, amazed by the floor-to-ceiling windows framing the city like a living painting. The dual life was exhausting but exhilarating. 3 hospital shifts followed by 2 days at Bennett Tower, where her insights were being implemented. During a design team meeting, Victoria entered, changing the room's energy. Emma had learned Victoria wasn't just VP, she was also Nathan's ex-girlfriend. They'd dated nearly 5 years. Office gossip suggested Victoria had expected marriage before their sudden breakup. "These modifications will require extensive security regression testing," Victoria concluded. "We can't rush implementation." "They're not about convenience," Emma countered. "They're about patient safety." Nathan walked in, taking the seat beside Emma. As the discussion continued, Emma noticed how differently the team operated with him present, cutting through complexity while making everyone feel heard. After the meeting, Nathan caught up with her. "Walk with me." In his office, Emma observed, "Victoria's pushing back hard." "She's protective of the architecture she helped build," Nathan replied diplomatically. "Office gossip filled me in. 5 years together, unexpected breakup." Nathan gave her a sharp look. "The rumor mill has been busy." "It puts me in an awkward position. I'm not here to create workplace drama." "You're here because you're exceptionally good at identifying problems no one else saw." He brought her coffee prepared exactly how she liked it. "Your presence isn't the issue." "But it is," Emma countered. To Victoria, I represent something unexpected disrupting her carefully planned environment." "You're very perceptive about people, not just systems." "That's nursing. You learn to read what patients aren't saying." Emma took a sip. "Speaking of which, why medical software? Your background is financial tech." A shadow passed over Nathan's face. "My mother died from a medication error when I was 19. A nurse was blamed, but the real culprit was a poorly designed system. It was preventable. When I had enough capital, I decided to focus on creating better healthcare technology." "That explains your commitment." It's why your accidental entrance felt significant. I'd been frustrated with implementation reports. Then suddenly there you were. Their eyes met, and Emma felt a shift beyond professional respect. Nathan's phone buzzed. The board meeting. But I wanted to ask if you'd consider attending the healthcare conference in Boston next month, all expenses covered. Later, as Emma finished her coffee in Nathan's office, Victoria walked in. I wasn't expecting to find you here, Victoria said, alone in Nathan's office. He had to rush to the board meeting. Emma, may I speak candidly? Victoria's tone was measured. You've made quite an impression. It's remarkable how quickly you've integrated. I'm just doing the job I was hired for. Are you? Because from where I stand, it seems you're doing considerably more than consulting. I'm not sure what you're implying. I'm not implying anything. I'm observing. Nathan is susceptible to new passions, new projects, new people. It's part of what makes him brilliant, but also what makes him restless. Did he tell you why we broke up? That's not my business. It became about work. Everything always circles back to the company for him. That passion burns hot and then refocuses elsewhere when a new challenge appears. I thought you should know before you get too invested. The Boston conference lobby buzzed with activity. Emma adjusted her name badge. Emma Clarke, RN, clinical consultant, Bennett Enterprises. Nervous about the panel? Nathan appeared beside her with 2 coffees. Terrified might be more accurate. You'll be brilliant. No one understands the practical implications better than you. Their dynamic had evolved since her confrontation with Victoria. Rather than pulling back, Emma had doubled down, earning respect among the development team. Dinner tonight? Nathan asked. There's a restaurant near the harbor I think you'd enjoy. I'd like that, Emma replied. Emma's panel was packed. The most sophisticated algorithm is worthless if it doesn't respect how clinicians actually work, she stated, initial nervousness fading. Technology should bend to clinical workflow, not force clinicians to bend to technology's limitations. From the front row, Nathan watched with undisguised admiration. The restaurant he chose overlooked Boston Harbor. Over fresh seafood and wine, they discussed the day's events, eventually circling to more personal territories. Why did you really offer me that consulting position? Emma asked. Initially because your perspective was valuable. Now I know it was one of the best decisions I've made. Working with you has reminded me why I started this division. The human impact of what we're building. Victoria suggested I might be just your newest project. Nathan's expression tightened. Victoria said that to you? Was she wrong? Yes, he said without hesitation. There's a difference between intellectual curiosity and... He paused. And whatever this is between us. This isn't about the next business challenge, Emma. The admission hung between them. I should tell you something, Emma said. I've been offered Director of Clinical Informatics at Manhattan General. Nathan's face registered surprise. That's incredible. When would you start? That depends. I haven't accepted yet. Why not? Because it would mean leaving Bennett Enterprises. And I'm not sure that's what I want. What do you want, Emma? The question hung between them, loaded with unspoken possibilities. Before she could answer, his phone buzzed urgently. I'm sorry, I need to take this. It's the emergency response team. Nathan returned 10 minutes later, grave. There's been a potential security breach in the patient care system. I need to get back to New York tonight. Tonight? The company jet is standing by. Come with me. I could use your perspective on how this might impact clinical operations. 90 minutes later, they were airborne, reviewing security logs. They identified potential vulnerabilities in medication orders, precisely the area where Nathan's mother had been affected. It's not coincidental, Nathan said grimly. This looks targeted. The anniversary of my mother's death is next week. This feels personal. They arrived at Bennett Tower after midnight. The security team was waiting, including Victoria, whose eyes widened at seeing Emma. For hours, Emma observed the emergency response. As dawn approached, the immediate threat had been contained. "The attack signature looks familiar," Victoria said. "Similar to the attempt against FinTech Solutions last year." "Conrad," Nathan's expression darkened. "My former partner. He's always resented my success, and he knows about my mother." As the crisis team dispersed, Emma found herself alone with Nathan. "Thank you for coming back," he said, exhausted. "About that hospital offer," Nathan's expression stilled. "I'm leaning toward accepting it. It's an opportunity to influence patient care across an entire hospital system. It's a perfect role for you. You should take it," though disappointment flickered in his eyes. "But selfishly, I don't want you to leave Bennett Enterprises. I don't want you to leave me." The admission hung in the air, honest and vulnerable. "What if I didn't have to?" Emma suggested quietly. "Bennett Enterprises could establish a formal partnership with Manhattan General. I could serve as the liaison." Nathan considered this, hope replacing fatigue. "A partnership would benefit both sides." "Exactly. It's the perfect solution, professionally speaking." "And personally speaking?" Nathan asked, taking a step toward her. "Personally speaking, I've spent 2 months trying to maintain professional boundaries with a man I'm increasingly unable to see as just my employer." A smile formed on Nathan's face. "I've spent 2 months pretending I didn't feel something from the moment you accidentally got into my car." He closed the distance, taking her hands. "That night wasn't just coincidence, Emma. It was the beginning of something important." What would Victoria say? She'd probably say, "I've found my newest project." But she'd be wrong. This isn't about novelty or challenge. It's about finding someone who understands both the work that drives me and the person behind it. In the soft morning light, with the city stretching below them, Emma finally acknowledged what had been building since that rainy night 3 months ago. Their first kiss was gentle, a question rather than a declaration, but it held promise of something neither had expected to find. 6 months later, the Bennett-Manhattan General Partnership was announced, hailed as a breakthrough in bringing clinical expertise directly into technology development. What the press releases didn't mention was how often the director of clinical informatics could be found working late in the CEO's office, or how the billionaire once mistaken for an Uber driver now regularly arrived at Manhattan General with 2 coffees during Emma's hospital days. On the 1-year anniversary of their chance encounter, Nathan took Emma back to the Boston restaurant. "Some might call it luck," he said, reaching for her hand. "But I prefer to think of it as the universe arranging the right introduction." Emma smiled, thinking of her journey from overwhelmed nurse to confident healthcare technology leader, and from wary passenger to partner in both business and life. "Well, however it happened, I'm glad I got into the wrong car that night."